the woman spotted a giant spider web stretching dozens of meters wide in the wild. She said nothing. Instead, she quietly left camp and hid inside an old wooden hut, sprinkling rosemary all around. Her friends laughed at her, calling her crazy, but only she knew this was the only way to survive. In her previous life, she had encountered a giant spider in the mountains. While fleeing, she stepped on a trap and couldn't escape. As the spider drew near, her younger sister suggested abandoning her. She thought her fiancé of many years would never agree, but he ripped off her expensive engagement ring and kicked her to the ground. Before leaving, he revealed the truth. He had long been with her sister behind her back. As she clung desperately to him, her sister pried her hands loose, destroying her last chance at survival. And just as the spider swallowed her whole, she suddenly woke up in a car. At first she thought it was only a nightmare, but then the car began leaking fuel and wouldn't start. A radio broadcast announced a tunnel collapse, exactly as in the nightmare. Then she stepped on a severed hand by accident. That was when she realized it wasn't a dream. She had been reborn. She rushed to warn her friends to leave immediately and told them what had happened in her past life, but no one believed her. Just then the villa manager came to welcome them. Her friends ignored her warnings and followed him inside. With the road behind them destroyed, she had no choice but to go alone. Unaware, a massive spider web hung right beside them. At the villa, the manager assured her spiders were common in the forest, but the villa was treated and perfectly safe. Just then he noticed the electric car smoking. The woman froze. This was the moment in her last life. The manager had checked the car and was blinded in the explosion. She rushed forward and grabbed him, telling him it was about to explode. He didn't believe her. Even her brother thought she was overreacting. But the next second, the car exploded into flames. They stood stunned, finally realizing she wasn't lying. She warned them this was only the beginning. Tonight a 10-ton man-eating spider would attack. If they didn't prepare now, everyone would die here. The siblings didn't hesitate anymore. They started preparing weapons and food. The woman gathered rosemary in bulk to repel the spider. Meanwhile, her companions argued over rooms. There weren't enough beds, so someone had to stay in the broken hut. Everyone refused, but the woman volunteered because she knew that hut hid an air raid shelter underground, and only by hiding there could she survive. Her companions mocked her again. Even her fiancé and sister laughed out loud, but she ignored their jeers. She reinforced the shelter and spread rosemary everywhere nearby. When she finally finished, she discovered the others had started a bonfire party. She rushed to stop them, warning the firelight would attract the spider, but no matter how many times she pleaded, they ignored her. Her sister and fiancé grew furious, and in front of everyone, admitted they had betrayed her long ago. They even threatened to teach her a lesson. Luckily, the manager and his sister stepped in, shielding her from harm. Seeing they insisted on courting death, she could do nothing, so she left with the siblings and hid in the wooden hut. Meanwhile, at the villa, the others kept partying, laughing and snapping selfies without caution, until her sister zoomed in on a photo, and her expression instantly froze in terror.